And like I say for all my masterminds, I always started off the same way. The way you get the most value from a mastermind like this is you come here and you just take a deep breath and you drop the ego, okay? Because everybody in this room is trying to do the same thing. We're trying to level up in our business and our personal life to become better leaders, fathers, husbands, friends, family members, right? And the best way to do that is to be transparent about what you're currently going through, where you're at, what you're struggling with, what's keeping you stuck. And everybody in here can relate to that, right?
I want to be a part of it. New York, New York. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very...
Take a look around and what do you see? The biggest brands and companies all fighting for one thing, your attention. We're here in beautiful Times Square, New York City, for this weekend's AdMen Mastermind, where admin from all across the world are flying here to learn one thing, how to use advertisements just like these to scale their businesses past multiple 7 and even 8 figures, to learn how to make ads great again. Because we know that advertising is the single most important factor to scale a business and make more income and more impact. And if you're an advertiser, if you're a marketer, if you're a business owner, and you don't know how to leverage paid ads, then you should be here. I wish you were. Let's do this. Why don't we start from the back first with the introductions, and then we'll work our way forward. And that way give Presley some time to fill out his introduction template as well, which should be underneath your journal. And then we'll kick it off with, wait, you wanna go to you, Wayne? We'll just go like left, yeah.
Yeah, sure. There you go. So, hey everyone, my name is Wayne and I'm from Malaysia. I run a company called Wabi. And Smart Page is focusing on funnels and ads. So our current monthly revenue is at 100K. We just crossed that early.
Let's go, Wayne. Dude. That was the goal from the beginning of joining the mastermind, wasn't it?
Yes,
amazing work, dude.
I've been trying really hard to hold on to that for the last few months because I just don't want to fall below that again. The goal this year or in the next 12 months is to scale past 250K.
Hey everybody. My name's Sean. I'm from Malta. So actually Sam told me about this, so we came along together. My company is Game Changer. We operate in SaaS and iGaming. We're specifically on SEO. My current MRR is at 6 figures, and my goal by the end of the year, which me and Sam are working on, is to get up to 7 figures.
Hey everybody, how's it going? My name is Jerry. I'm from El Paso, Texas. It's right on the southern border. And my company is Luna Media, and I'm in the franchise niche. Franchise consultants and franchisors. Current monthly revenue is 10K, but I want to grow it to 40K in the next 12 months.
Hey guys, my name's Gio. I'm from London. My company is EOS Capital Tech. We're in the trading niche. Last month we did 90K GBP. This month we're on track to do 120. In the next 12 months we want to get to 200K. 3 things blocking me right now. The main thing's probably not working our list hard enough. So in terms of email campaigns, SMS campaigns, stuff like that. I see you laughing over there.
Bro, he's got, how many people do you have on your list?
20,000.
And how many emails do you send per week?
Huh?
How many emails did you send per week?
None.
Yeah, fuck, dude. The money's in the list.
Yeah. So we send SMS campaigns every now and then, and we mainly ring out, but we don't. It's higher leverage just to send emails. So yeah.
My name's Leroy. I'm pretty much an extension of Gio right now. I'm here. First mastermind, here working on the social media strategy and marketing for Gio's personal brand.
Biggest thing blocking me right now is definitely going to be hiring, duplicating myself. I like to do everything myself, unfortunately. So SOPs for hiring is another big one. Things I want to get from the event, really just being around like-minded people, conversations with other media buyers already. Yesterday, you guys buyers were after just stuff to talk about.
My company's called Growth Properties. I'm in the property niche with consultancy and prop and trading.
I love how Harvey was wearing the hat, baby. Let's go.
it's a pretty newish offer. So I think we launched about 10 months ago with Brian's help. And we hit a couple of 70, 80K UK pounds months. Last month dipped though. I know the reasons behind that, but we had a little bit of dip. But I feel we've got the infrastructure there to consist at that and go above. At the moment, predominant traffic comes from organic. So we just want to switch it around now. We've got some consistent income coming from the organic. We're now going to go heavier now on the paid traffic. I think that's our kind of bottleneck.
Hey everyone, I'm Sam from Malta. My company is called Agent Leaders and we're in the real estate niche. Currently monthly revenue is, we passed 100K in January, which is a big thing that I've been trying to
Good
trying
job,
to
bro.
provide.
Congrats.
Massive shout out to Uzi as well for helping with the sales system. That was a big part of it. And yeah, what I want to grow is to 250K in the next 12 months.
My name is Robert Martinez. I am originally from Cuba, living in Miami. My company's name is Hercules Advertising, and we're in the mortgage industry. We're doing marketing for mortgage brokers in the States.
I'm Osman. I'm from London. I have a company called Guided Growth, which is a sales consulting and fractional sales company. And we work with online coaches, consultants, SaaS companies, all basically online businesses. Our average revenue is 100K, and I want to get to 500K. The thing's blocking me. I've had some really shitty months at the moment. So we've had a month where we made no money. We've had a month where we made 300K in a month, and then it's been up and down. And it's a lot of it's been acquisition driven. It's the things blocking me were ads, and the second thing was I stopped doing the money making activities. The third thing was the LinkedIn. I feel like I want to improve on there. That's one thing that's been blocking me, specifically my writing skills. It's something that blocks you.
I'm from Austin, Texas, and my company is called the Coaches Growth Accelerator. And we are in the health and fitness space. So we help health and fitness coaches get more clients. We just passed our first 200K month. Woo woo.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. We did that in January and then repeated again in February. Last year we were in the hundreds. So yeah, my goal was to get the 250K by July, but in 12 months, at least 300K.
Hi, my name is Maciej. I'm from Poland, and my company is Diversifying. We're in the info marketing niche. Our county monthly revenue is around 85K a month, and I want to grow it to around 150 or 250K in the next 12 months.
So my name is Marianne, and I'm from Helsinki, Finland. And my company is Smart Mentoring. And like, this is something that I struggle, like, how can I explain what we do? But like, it's really simple. We help experts in their fields and entrepreneurs, service-based entrepreneurs to scale with premium offers. So typically going from like hourly rates to packaging their offers to high ticket levels.
Our two companies, we have a YouTube agency called The Clip Curator, or you can call it a YouTube agency. And we also have a coaching program called Leverage Creator, which is a coaching program for videographers, content agencies, filmmakers that want to learn how to sign high-paying clients and scale their business. And we are in the, I guess you could say, like online consultant, online coaching niche. That's the niche that our clients tend to be in. Our currently monthly revenue for our agency is oscillating between $80,000 and $100,000 per month. And with our coaching program, we launched that 9 months ago. We just hit $108,000 in cash collected last month. Mostly organic, driven by YouTube, which we're going to cover in today's presentation. In the next 12 months, I would love for our agency to be doing consistently $150,000 per month. And with our coaching program, I think we can get that to $300,000 per month in the next 12 months.
All right, so what I'm going to share with you guys today, especially after conversations with you guys last night, I stayed up a little bit later than I probably should have, but I wanted to apply all these same principles that I took from you guys' conversations yesterday. So last year, we were able to scale to 350K months with our agency's hybrid offer. And we've now recently streamlined fulfillment to be 100% done by AI, okay? Which has allowed us to reduce our overhead expenses and payroll significantly, for good and for bad, and I'll explain how that happened without me really wanting it to happen, but ultimately it was a good thing, and then also increasing profit. A lot of you said the same thing. How do I scale, right, while keeping my margins high? And those are really kind of two separate things. Like when you scale, you're understanding the fact that you're gonna have to increase your actual overhead and expenses. Like you're just gonna have to, right? But if you want to scale profitably, well, that's a different mindset, and you have to do that consciously. Because if you don't, your expenses are going to continue rising as you continue scaling. It's just how it works. But I'm going to show you how we're able to leverage these highs, but then also the lows, and how we're able to use it to streamline what we do now. For those of you here that might be like, okay, like, you know, I'm still trying to build my brand. I'm still trying to be able to grow my content. I'm still trying to be able to get these clients, but no one's really buying from me. No one's really trusting me. It's like, dude, you can't be afraid to work for free if you can use it long-term for a case study as well. You got to think long-term. Most people are like, I just got to make money. I got to make money. I got to make money. But I built my agency to 7 figures, again, without cold email, paid ads, or any of these things, because I was able to leverage goodwill and just sheer reciprocity for a lot of these business owners, a lot of these whales in the industry. And because I knew, I was like, if I can get them as a client and they trust me, I'm gonna make more money eventually. It's gonna come back to me. Next thing is join masterminds, right? The reason why you guys are here is because you wanna be able to be in rooms like this with people just like you, and because you can also meet people that also need what you do, right? Join masterminds. When you are the expert in the room, everyone knows you, likes you, and trusts you. Who has the easiest time closing deals from YouTube? People that watch your content. Right? Okay, yes. So what's better than YouTube? Being in person with people and talking to them for 3 days, and then them getting to know you, like you, and trust you, the sale becomes effortless because you're in the room with them. And so some of you are like, okay, well, how do I get more clients? How do I get more of the right clients? You get in the room, right? You use the marketing budget you're gonna spend, but you invest in ongoing education because you're gonna learn something too while also getting clients. Does that make sense? Do more collaborations and partnerships, right? Like find complementary players in this space, in this room, in your industry, and offer to help them and their clients with free trainings, speakings, or content pieces, right? Cole Gordon. The reason I was able to leverage that case study so well is because Cole's like, dude, like we need a YouTube ads training inside of our program. Like, can you guys just like tell me what you guys do and we'll just put it in? Of course, I just gave him my course for free. Didn't ask for any money, just said, cool. The more people that know about me and adspend.com, the more money we'll make. That's all I need, more awareness, more brand. And guess what? All YouTube ads questions, they see our course inside the program, they book a call. Okay, so now let me talk about why we couldn't scale. So did all that, right? Scaled the 7 figures in less than 2 years, no ads, no anything. But that also prevented us from scaling because like some of you just have one offer, right? One front end or one high ticket back end service. And that's all you're selling. You have one ideal avatar for that one specific product. But who's read the book Ready, Fire, Aim?
Working through it right now, actually.
Okay, what does the book Ready, Fire, Aim say from when you want to get to 1 to 10 million? Sell what though? Cross marketing what? From 1 to 10 million. No. From 0 to 1 million, one product, one service, one ideal avatar, one sales process, one marketing channel, right? Exactly. From 1 to 10 million, what do you need to do? You need to do that same thing, but with multiple products and multiple offers. Right? That's literally the key. That's launching as many offers and products as possible. Doing the exact same thing that you did from 0 to 1, but for now, selling more products to your existing customers. But most of us are trying to get to 10 million by selling the same thing to just more people, right? Like, Marcus, I think you asked me that question yesterday. You're like, how do I continue scaling without my ad costs rising? And I'm like, well, that's just gonna continue happening. The way you combat that though is you have a back-end offer that can offset the cost of your front-end cost per acquisition. You have more offers, you have a higher LTV. You sell more stuff to your existing clients, right? This is why we have this mastermind. This is why we have our agency. This is why we have our hybrid. There's multiple different entry points to work with us because I know that it's different depending on where you are. Some people also just buy our course. We had course sales yesterday that just came in. And those people just wanted to do it yourself. But they can upsell to the hybrid or the agency or the mastermind, right? Different offers, multiple offers.
Original viral content. I mean, we're still spreading books. There's a reason why there are banned book lists because you don't need a computer to spread it. They have an infinite ROI that cannot be controlled by any platform because they spread primarily through word of mouth. Think about that. A friend passes you a book, you're going to read it. Here's a good example of a viral campaign I haven't spent $1 on in nearly a decade. My book exists. A person named Patrick, a really great guy who was starting a cleaning business, read that book and said, I bet he can help me start my business. He seems to be good at service-based stuff. Over the course of about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, I think he paid me about $30,000. And Patrick introduced me to Brian. Brian also, you remember Patrick? Obviously you do.
Yeah, wow.
Did you forget that that's how the connection happened?
Yeah, it's so true.
Yeah. So Patrick, $30K, Brian, probably about $30,000, and maybe one of you will pay me. I don't know. But that's the whole point. That's how this thing happens. The book was out there. I didn't do anything else. These people just read it, and they said, hello, would you like to help me? And I said, okay. And this is just one thread. This is just the Patrick thread. You know, Brian, you'll be your own thread as other people come into but you're part of the Patrick thread right now.
Yeah.
But that's the beauty of a book. That's the beauty of a book. It just continues to work. Almost nobody will share an advertisement with a friend. Now, you guys are exceptions because you're all kind of ad nerds, but generally speaking, no one shares an advertisement with a friend, even a great one. Almost everybody will share and recommend a book that changed their life to others who might be helped by that. Anyone shared a book with a friend? Has anyone read a book that a friend recommended almost immediately? We all do it. We all do it, right? If you're an entrepreneur writing a book, you aren't merely creating content. So that's not the context you should think about it in. What you should think about is the fact that you're creating a viral ad for your business that connects more deeply than any paid media, requires no platform to promote, and costs nothing to run forever. That's how you should think about it. And of course, you can run ads to the book. But the idea is that the book itself is so good that people will then take it on for you. If the book only works because you're running ads to it, then that means the book sucks. The book should take a life of its own. It should be good enough that you can promote it, but then it works out into the world. That's how a good book is written. Quality is always better than quantity. You know, even a book that nobody, quote unquote, nobody reads can make a lot of money, and it can unlock a tremendous personal growth for both the author and the reader. So don't worry so much. If you guys have been thinking about putting something out there, don't worry about, is it going to be a bestseller? How many copies is it going to sell? Because there's an indirect correlation between sales numbers of the book and your revenue on the back end, and also the impact it's going to have. So I would also say too that you definitely have a book in you, and it's always worth it to write it. So for me, I learned that book that I had inside me that I wasn't writing was the reason why I was feeling stuck. And once I wrote that, it started to flow again. And I really understood this when I read my own writing.
How do you think about writing something for personal fulfillment versus like a book for a read magnet? Because where I'm at in my life right now, like business is my life, right? That's like the centerpiece of everything. And I'm thinking about this. I'm like, okay, I can totally see this being extremely good for marketing. As far as like writing about like personal brand or, building deep work, organic presence and, this new age we're in, but also there's like things in the back of my mind that I would find way more fun to write about, right? And I don't know, it has to be like a trade-off, but like, you had the phase in your life where like, okay, I'm going to do something very monetizable on the front end versus the architect, which is like, I don't know the offer yet, but I'm going to build how do you think about writing the book with the offer already in mind versus like writing something and figuring it out after? You see what I'm saying? Because like there's things I want to write about that don't necessarily tie into what I'm doing now.
Man, I get you. That's the story about. I mean, look, even on my own personal, on my hard drive, I have 8 books that could be written or finished at any time. I'm like, it's not the right time for this one. Timing is everything. I think if I were to do it over again, I'd probably pick the same order in terms of start with a book that is the most monetizable first to get the biggest market, and then do what you want. And then after that, it's like, how artists are like, I do a movie for them, I do a movie for me, I do a movie for them. You got to do things that you really enjoy to keep yourself engaged with it. But I think that in order to get market share, you want to start with something that is going to hit, and you're going to put money behind that and time. That's how it has to be. Yeah. Is that more questions?
No, that's a good answer. Cool, appreciate that.
How many of you want to know how to track your views and actually relate to how many clients you get from those specific videos and know exactly how much videos and money you're making from each of your YouTube videos? Okay, great. Well, this is exactly why I have Cam and Presley speaking, because they have one of the biggest YouTube agencies for entrepreneurs that specifically sell coaching, courses, masterminds in the entire online marketing industry.
All right, so we're going to be going over how to turn cold, unengaged prospects into raving buyers with your YouTube channel. Now, this isn't something that we've just done for clients, but something that we've also done for ourselves. We'll go through some of those results. You want to cover anything else on that? And
let's kick things off.
I'll present this. How many people here, by show of hands, are currently spending money on ads for people to go and see your VSL? Okay, we got a couple people. So the whole point of YouTube and what we do is we're leveraging YouTube's algorithm to go add a touch of entertainment and package things properly so that YouTube actually pays us to see our VSLs and to actually warm people up and turn them into raving fans. So that's the whole point of going and running organic, and we'll tie that into how it can actually supplement very heavily your ads process currently.
And then as Cam alluded to, really what I think also separates us is our ability to go and apply these same systems that we preach and we do for our clients for ourselves as well. In the last 7 months, now coming up on 9, this is our first 6-figure cash collected month. We went ahead and scaled brand new coaching program teaching videographers and content agencies how to get clients pretty much 90% through YouTube to over 6 figures a month in cash collected, hit $103,000 in a month in January of 2025. We started this back in June, and this has been in February. We hit back-to-back record months with this, 108, and this has been driven primarily through Cam's YouTube, also mine, mostly his, through his 30-day series, which he's going to touch on later in this video.
So keep in mind that this is selling now a $5,800 coaching program product, and this is all organic, so we have no overhead cost as far as ad spend goes. This is all organic, YouTube paying us to have our videos on YouTube, which is pretty fantastic, not having to worry about ad spend.
What's the size of your audience on YouTube?
Size of the audience? So mine's currently just over 20,000, but what you'll see is we have some clients that are not even above 5,000 and they're absolutely crushing. So we'll run through that. Go for it.
So a lot of you guys are spending money on ads right now. In fact, almost all of you are spending money on ads. A big blunder that a lot of people face in this industry is they just say, I want more customers. Time to start hitting the ad machines. Time to start pumping money into campaigns. And it looked like Jerome Powell over here just pumping money into campaigns. Their messaging might be good, the ads might be good. They just expect leads though. They expect everything to be handed to them on a silver platter, and they go in under the false pretense that their cold traffic is going to behave in the same way as their warm traffic from Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, but they're in for a very rude awakening. Next slide, please. Then they realize this isn't warm traffic. Wow, I have to approach this differently. Their show rate gets cut in half. Prospects are showing up to calls as window shoppers. They're like, yeah, I just want to learn more information. Who's run into that before while running ads, or even just general, where you get these window shopping type prospects?
What's like average show rate and close rate on cold traffic for some of you guys?
60% show rate. Yeah, 27 close rate. 25 close rate.
Okay.
Very good.
Perfect. Solid. We'll run through some of the numbers that we're seeing from warm traffic YouTube for you guys here in just a second.
But the bottom line is a lot of people start running ads and they get really frustrated because the cold traffic, either they don't have a large personal brand and they were kind of pushing some traffic from organic, then they turn on cold expecting this instant result only to realize this sucks. Like, this is really hard, and there's second and third order consequences of that, right? The sales team gets upset because they're like, oh, these leads suck. They get frustrated. The morale of your sales team, your closer, your setter, that drops significantly, and that impacts your ability to go and close the actual warm traffic that could be closed, but now your sales team, their morale is down, and it just becomes a huge headache. And the worst part about it is without the strong organic presence, if you're just running ads to cold traffic, a lot of the stuff turns into interviews where no longer do you have the frame, but now the prospect interviewing you and asking for your criteria, your qualifications, even though a lot of these objections could have been pre-handled way sooner had you had a content system in place. So that's a big blunder. I think a lot of people can relate to that situation, and now they're realizing that cold ads are not just a money printer. There is actually a system that goes into it, as Brian has alluded to in his presentation.
100%. Yeah, you want to run through that?
Yeah, and again, the problem isn't the ads. A lot of people will think it's an ad problem because they'll see these issues with the sales team, show rate, whatever, close rate, and they think it's the ads. They think there's something in their marketing that's wrong on the ad side. But a lot of times, the messaging's clear. They're speaking to the right kind of people. They're getting qualified people on the calendar. The click-through rate is good. The landing page is converting good. Everything looks good on paper, but there's just a missing piece. And that missing piece is trust. And that's really the premise of today's conversation, is building trust in a marketplace where trust is at an all-time low. There's grifters, gurus, whatever bad slur you like to call people that scam people online. Like, there's a lot of them out there. And not even just in the B2C market, but also B2B. There's a lot of agencies out there. The word agency gets a bad rep. And this is really the fundamental problem with cold traffic right now for most people that don't have any kind of sales assets to leverage, is to somebody that just is hopping on a call with you. You're not the Brian Moncada, you're not the Cam Yune, you're not the Presley Milton. It's just like, I clicked on an ad with this guy and maybe he can help me. That's their only frame of reference up to this point. And we're gonna help you change that today by implementing this YouTube strategy.
And something that this can lead to, because you don't have a significant amount of trust, is you go and pull, like, nothing against Charlie Morgan, but you go and pull a Charlie Morgan where you have to make absolutely insane guarantees, because that's the only way that you can get people to trust you to some degree to go and click on your ad and then go and convert. And then, like, the reality is like, with those guarantees, you have to do 100 outreach messages a day, emails, this, that, and the other. It's like not even realistic for the person to begin with. Whereas if you just go and start from a point of trust, people are already much more bought in. Like, we've just seen so many laydown closes because of YouTube, because they have so many different touch points. They've seen the journey, they're bought in, and they're just like, yeah, where's the pay link? Like, I'm ready to just give you my money.
So we're gonna go over fundamental principles before we give you specific examples of like what this looks like in practice and how we've applied this with our clients. But there are two objectives you want to accomplish with every single YouTube video you post. The first is selling your audience on the mechanism, right? So let's say I'm going ahead and teaching people about copywriting. First, before I go and sell them on the program, they need to be bought in that copywriting is the best business opportunity for 2025, whether that be it's like the fastest, the easiest, the lowest risk. There just needs to be some kind of unique selling point on that mechanism to convince somebody, hey, this is the best business model to start. So before you even sell them on your program, they need to be bought in on the mechanism or opportunity. And after doing that, the second objective is selling them on you. They're bought into that opportunity, but why should they buy from you? Why should they buy your program compared to the other people teaching that business opportunity? And it's really important to understand that you're going to get customers at different awareness levels. So there's going to be people that are aware of the mechanism and aware of the opportunity, and now they're just deciding who to learn from. And then there's going to be the completely unaware people as well. But this should be your, I guess, operating guide or operating manual for every single piece of content you create.
Appreciate it. Thank you. The admin mastermind has provided me so much life-changing values. It's almost hard to capitulate. And what I mean by that is it has taught me how to truly look at business. And I know that sounds crazy. I've been doing business for over 5 years, but truly understanding how a business should run. Meaning, it's not just about trying to run ads and make money. You have to have culture. You have to have systems, back ends. There's so much behind the scenes that many business owners won't be able to just really get the hang of, because as someone that's in entrepreneurship, there's gonna be unknowns of the unknowns. You're gonna have ignorance there. You're just not gonna know some things you don't know. And being able to be in this mastermind, being able to connect with others that have been where I am at right now and are levels above me has just given me tremendous insights to just leveling up and being able to, get to that next level.
What made me join the AdMed Mastermind? Well, I had a great experience in the one last May in Arizona with Brian. I just felt like it was a no-brainer to come up to New York City. And number one, experience in New York, and number two, being in a room surrounded by other entrepreneurs facing similar problems. And I think especially a lot of things that we talked about in the last Mastermind really struck a chord with me, because people here, they're not afraid to be vulnerable. They're not afraid to talk about what's going wrong in their business. And having that group of people that are at a similar position to you, not only in business, but also their attitude towards things, can help you overcome some limiting beliefs. And just hearing some people talk about today,
got some really good actionable takeaways.
Hey guys, I'm Dr. Matt. I have a business called the Coaches Growth Accelerator, and we help health and fitness coaches get more clients. I'm here at the Avid Mastermind, and the reason I came to this event is because I've known Brian online in the virtual space for probably 3 years now, and he helped me really get started when I first launched my business. And now I recently joined his mastermind to get more one-on-one support from him. And just in the past couple months, we went from 100, 150K months to doing our first 200K month. And it was all with Brian's guidance. So I just wanted to meet the man in person, shake his hand, and meet everybody else here who he's working with.
First question is setting expectations with the client, going into the relationship that they're going to be communicating most of the time with the customer success director, with the customer success manager, as opposed to you. And number two, setting boundaries with communication with your clients, and specifically, how you guys go about that. Are you still running all your stuff, external communication through Slack? Because we have our clients in iMessage right now, and we kind of were just like, we were like, oh, this is cool. We're not those corporate agency types that use Slack. Yeah. We're using iMessage. And we've realized now at scale, it's not very helpful. And I'm gonna need 2 phones pretty soon. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
To stop
I had a feeling saying that out loud was gonna make me sound like a psychopath. And I quickly realized that's why I am, is because I'm communicating with my clients with iMessage. Yeah. No, we literally have like, our internal operations, I feel like, are pretty sound, which is the ironic part. But with our client chats, we literally have like, how you have the pin feature on iMessage?
Yeah.
We have like all our client chats like pinned on the top right now.
Sweet, man. So to touch on your first question, it was about setting very clear expectations with the client that they're going to be communicating with the client success manager, right? Yes. Yeah. So that's the entire onboarding process, right? So when you bring a client on board, my spiel, if you will. Hey, my name's Charlie, client success director for adspend.com. From this point forward, I'm going to be your main point of contact. So if you ever have any questions, comments, or concerns, always tag me in Slack. That's the best way to get a hold of me. Yeah. So really that's literally how I start every relationship that I have with a client. Because from the get-go, they know that they're communicating with me. And as it pertains to how does the client success director either support or help the client success manager, it's really just like an escalation type basis. So I don't know if that helps answer your question, but it's just everything as it pertains to your clients, the expectations that you set with them, all that stuff has to happen on the onboarding call. It's like the onboarding call is such a crucial point, and again, this is through trial and error and over time. You really have to get very clear on what you're doing, how you're doing it, realigning on everything they talked about on the sales call, and making sure that everything is crystal clear. And then my favorite thing that we've implemented lately is, hey, what is it that you want to get out of this program? Fast forward 3 months from now, what does a perfect experience look like for you? What is your ideal outcome, right? And then the next thing I go into is, okay, perfect. So everything that we do from this point forward is going to be centered around making sure that we hit that target, that KPI, that goal that we've aligned on. So it's very clear in terms of what we're doing for them and what the goal is and the outcome that they're trying to achieve in working with us.
So they give for every single client, they give a summary like what happened. Is there anything that they need help on?
It shouldn't be every client, dude.
Shouldn't be a client.
No.
Yeah.
Oh.
They should have every client updated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they shouldn't be giving a summary.
They were complaining about having to put all of the clients.
I would fucking complain too, dude.
Yeah. And I was like, no, we have to do it, bro.
They have to make it updated, but it's like they shouldn't be doing an hour-long loom of every single client.
Yeah,
they're not going to even go deep with those clients.
Because the point of having your client success director is he's supposed to be the one that comes in when there's escalations that have to be sorted, right? So like the reason that Brian pays me is, whenever there's an issue, a refund request, or there's somebody that's getting bad results, I'm the one that steps in and does everything possible and imaginable to make sure that we save that client or get them on a track where they're feeling much better about the results, performance, experience, etc. And so again, the whole point of that weekly loom is to keep that person that sounds like maybe they're not exactly the client success director, but keeping that person informed to make sure that they know what their attention needs to be focused on. Because when we get on a Monday meeting and Brian's asking me, hey, so what happened with this refund or this experience with these clients or these clients that are in red? I'm accountable to that, even though it's not my client directly.
Yeah, because
right?
Charlie's responsible for the fulfillment of the business, right? And he's updating the projections of the fulfillment on the weekly scorecard as a company. So just like I'm updating marketing, right? He's updating the entire fulfillment KPIs, upsells, projections, all those things. And then if it's red or green or yellow, like we're having discussions on that. We're talking about it, right? It's very simple, but he can only get that information if the CSM's updated every single week.
So the first question, I only have one question to be fair, is what do you do to take someone from being okay to being an absolute killer? Because that's one thing I've noticed, like, and obviously people go through periods, but I want to make sure that everyone on the team is an absolute killer. And if someone is okay right now, how do I get them to that level? Because I know they can do it, right? It's just, what do I need to do to get them there?
All right, I'll explain it in like a framework, and then you can diagnose where they are, and then you know how to guide them. So there's a chart which is called the skill and will chart. That's one system. So I'll go through like two systems with you. So on this side, it's skill. And on this side, it's will. And now the guy that you're talking about, this is how much he tries, his effort level. And that's his skill level on how good he is at the job. And when someone starts a new job, they tend to be like here because their will is really high, but their skill is low. And then when you get someone sometimes was demotivated but highly skilled, like a sales rep in your team was highly skilled but doesn't try, he's about here. Where would you put this guy?
Skill is pretty high, and will. I think the problem is the will goes up and down.
Okay, so where would you say is an average on a normal week?
Yeah, let's just go in down a bit on will.
Here?
Yeah, around there.
You happy with that?
Yeah.
And is this skill higher?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the skill will be higher. Yeah, so the will isn't too good.
So is he here?
Yeah, let's just go there. It's hard to do it when you're taking control, but let's just go there. Right, so skill's pretty good. So will isn't as good, so I'm guessing it starts here, right?
Yeah.
So let's go like here.
All right. And then if you showed him this, but didn't show him your mark now, and then said, you explained this same system, you said, like, what's his name? Whatever, John.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay,
Yeah.
nameless. So, John, this is your skill level and how good you are at this job. And this is your will on how much you try and how much your effort level. Where would you put yourself?
I think he'd say the same.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's really good. So then now all that happens is he's put himself here, and then you'll say, what are your goals? Where do you want to be a year from now, 2 years from now? What would he say?
So we've had this conversation. He doesn't he kind of stripped backward recently. So to kind of focus on more personal things. So that's why I'm trying to figure it out, how to make sure that he can take on more work and want to do it.
What happens when someone's here is naturally they start going here because they're not bothered. So he's going to decline because that's just the natural order. If someone's not that bothered about their job, this gap of their effort level creates like a vacuum where they start looking at other things. So if you don't get him here through motivation or drive him and get him to understand what his long-term goals are, he will fade. And these people are like a pain in your business because if we grade them, let's say this is an A player, this is a B player, C player. This guy never tries. He's shit at everything. This guy tries, but he's not very skilled. This guy's really a trier, but he's not very, this guy's a trier, but not really skilled. This guy's skilled, but not really a trier. And this guy's who you want in your business.
So what do I need to do to bring up the motivation to get them over here?
Well, the fact that you both would agree that you're there would mean that you can say to him, how do you feel about being in this business and you being here? Do you think that's right on you? Do you think that's right on our core values? Do you think that's fair? Do you think that's fair on the other team members? And then he would naturally say no. And then you'd say, what do I need to do for you to get to here? What do we need to do together? And it's not an alone thing where you have to do this. It's like, what can I do to support you to get there? And then it would actually be tasks. And then that would make up like a weekly one-to-one, which will be, all right, this week I want you to focus on this.
Yeah, I think this is good to do for everyone.
It is.
Yeah, really good.
It is, and then
And then do you show them where I put like
yeah.
or do
What
you,
commonly happens in this conversation is you'll put him here, and then he will say, "Oh no, I think I'm here," and then you'll say, "I actually would put you here." So you show him, and you say, "This is what we need to speak about.
Yeah.
This is our conversation, because this is why we're not seeing eye to eye," and then he'll respect the conversation. Because you're being that direct and you're making it analytical. When it's about feelings, it's hard to talk about it. You get confused, like, well, you said this and you said this. When you put it like this, it's like, there's a clear difference we've got to speak about.
Yeah, this is really helpful. Thank you very much.
That's okay.
How many guys are using Active Campaign? What is the rest doing? What the fuck? So first off, I'd recommend everyone to have a sales CRM, a marketing CRM, and then a fulfillment CRM, and syncing data between each tool, because there's no one-size-fits-all solution, in my opinion. Once you scale past a certain point, go high level won't cut it anymore. So I wanted to share something I built out for my clients in Active Campaign and all of the theory behind it, pretty much. So the funnel we're running is not a VSL. I'm actually not running a single VSL funnel right now. So it's a free course that we're running. Obviously, there's a German landing page, so you won't understand shit. But it's pretty simple. It's you get that for free for 14 days instead of $99. And everything we've said about that's the VSL and that's the indoctrination sequences, we have that in the course too. So it's structured like a VSL plus all of the things. So for example, module 1, framing, welcome, who is it for, and yeah. This is the training, who is it for, and then just social proof like you'd have in a standard VSL. Then just some content like you'd have in the VSL, like old way, new way. The second module is old way. The third module is the new way, the better thing on how you're framing it. And then here we're just foreshadowing and future pacing. For example, this is with stocks and everything. So we're giving them the perfect rundown on that's what you can expect. And then we just have a full module of objection handling and testimonials after that. So everything in the course. And the great thing is, based off of every single video a person watches, we can trigger stuff in Active Campaign. So we can track, okay, 100 people opted in, 90 people registered for that course, and then we can send emails based off of watching or not watching videos. So we can directly target them to people. So everything in my mind and email-wise is based off of triggers.
One thing I'll add before I answer your question, I'm going to go to Matt. One thing I'll say is like even the packaging of this video. I mean, obviously
talk about this one.
The POV. Go for it after.
Okay, yeah.
The POV thing, like even with the packaging of the video, like running a 6-figure business and showing everything, that title is going to appeal a lot more to B2C. So if your goal is to bring on, you said, $1 to $10 million CEOs, correct? Do you have like a B2C offer? Are you teaching people like high ticket sales as BizOp? This is BizOp focused content. Even the packaging of that is very BizOp focused. Like the people that are going to click on this video are going to be other aspiring entrepreneurs, not so much your ideal client. And so that's really where you have to make that distinction. If you can do vlogs, but if I were you and I was trying to do a vlog or document stuff that's more behind the scenes compared to like a sit down video, something that would be really interesting is like maybe you meet in person with one of your clients that you're currently working with and you have like a videographer go and document that, and they get to see your process of actually what you do for clients and how you're setting up systems. And that would be really educational. It's not going to be as in like, hypey or crazy or super fun to watch. You can do things to make it a little bit fun, but somebody watching that video is going to be a higher level viewer because they're actually watching you break down a sales process or something like that, compared to you just like doing a morning routine and doing things out throughout your day. Does that make sense?
Just so you know, there's no flash on that blog. It's all business that I'm going to be today. I went on this call.
When I say flash, I just more so mean like irrelevant details, like, morning routine and stuff that like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just more focused content, I guess, is my point I was trying to make.
So would a blog ever attract a 7-figure business owner?
It's not that it wouldn't. It's just, it's less likely. Like, when people try to do that, when they post very broad vlog content in hopes that they're going to attract, like, these high-level business people, they're playing the volume game, so they're just trying to get as many views as possible and hope that, like, one person comes through the funnel that happens to be qualified.
In this room, was at least Sparks and myself who watch vlogs of other business owners, and we are 7-figure business owners.
So that was my logic.
Correct.
I like watching blogs. So I'm used to, and I do that watching blogs. So that because people tell me that watching blogs, that's what made me decide I'm gonna document my entire week and post it because I like to attract more scientific business owners.
I would say like I also watch some blogs, but it doesn't make me buy.
Correct. That was going to be my rebuttal there.
Can I ask you? Would you spend 41 minutes? What? Yeah. Okay.
Well, first said was like if you made a log like showing your actual client, like once you did Turkey, that will make me buy what he says.
Yeah.
Or even just like a live meeting, like for example, the packaging on a video like that, where it could be improved. Like you can 100% still do vlogs, but something like I met with a $50 million business owner and destroyed his sales process, or completely like burned down his sales process, and did this instead. You see what I'm saying?
That down.
Like that would be, because then the packaging speaks to somebody. It's like, oh, $50 million business owner, his sales process gets destroyed. I wonder what he did differently, because if the guy's making $50 million, like the title is inherently very, it's like a curiosity builder, because it's like, this guy's a successful business owner, but this guy destroyed his sales process. I wonder what he was doing incorrectly, And the type of person that the average click is going to be way higher quality than somebody who clicks on something like this. You see what I'm saying? You see the difference there?
One thing I'll chime in on is I like the perspective Brian had about not being selfish and the fact that like somebody out there needs you. But the way I reframed it, actually the conversation with my girlfriend about this, and she's helping her mom with some of the social media stuff for her mom's company, and she was like, "Oh, like it's just kind of weird when I'm talking, I'll like hear my voice on here. Like, how do you do this? How do you guys make YouTube videos and reels and stuff?" I'm like, it's not for me, it's for the business. Right, and we have that reframe of treating yourself and the greater business like two different entities. Anytime you're refusing to post content, you are not hurting yourself, you're hurting the business. Right, so when you think about that, when you can separate yourself from the business and understand that whenever you post content, it's for the business's benefit, I feel like having that perspective helps you get out of your own head. Because like, I'm hurting my business because I woke up with a breakout this morning and I don't want the world to see my acne. It's like, you realize how ridiculous that sounds in a business context, right? And I feel like that's something that's really helping me. Is just go up, go rip a screen recording for 20 minutes, and you can just like, if you're really insecure about it, you can just like make your camera super small and just go spit bars for 20 minutes, right? And so when I was able to separate myself and the business as two different entities, I feel like that's where it really clicked for me, where I'm like, wow, it's actually not about me. It's about showing up for my business, my team who's counting on me to drive leads so that they have job, right? So what do you think about it like that? I think it's really easy for perspective.
And also because it takes so much time to like get it right. Like it's really rare that the first few videos that they just go well here. Like that is also a reason, like the further you put your first video or content that you're going to post, like the longer it's going to take. Yeah, because like I posted my first video like over 15 years ago or something, and I still have any like crapstick bulk or YouTube, for example, and I'm still learning new things here. And you don't know the thing. Like you can of course like learn the lessons here, people telling you, but you don't really know. But I think it was really great for Usman, for example, to share his videos. Like it can be like vulnerable to share, and like people critiquing that, but like you don't know what you don't know before you just start doing it.
Jerry, what happened to me was someone said to me, "You're such a prick. You're not willing to be shit before you're willing to be good." Yeah, it was that really harshly for you. It was true. It was for me really. By the time I wasn't willing to make videos, and he said, "How many videos do you think we need to make before you're gonna get good?" And I said, "I don't know, maybe like 100." He went, "No, you need to make 1,000 shit videos first. Don't make." And then like eventually I sat there and said, "I can't make shit videos. I can't do it." And there was all these excuses. And then I made the shit video. It went up, and no one watched it.
That's a blessing. It was really all there.
Say it.
That's a blessing in itself. Like, you don't get reach it start. You need to practice right.
Yeah.
And like people are worried about too many people seeing them. You're not going to get to reach anyone. How was say that up to them? More, see comedians most of the time. They go around to small comedy clubs, practice their lines. Then they don't do big events. See Ed Sheeran do. He busket, he does small events, and he worked into the big arena. You don't want to get bigger since the start anyway. So pressure, place like the whole net pressure off, and then it'll slowly grow up on your boy.
Jerry, is it too much for you? Hey, that's like we put pressure on you, or you could say yeah, and then said you will record a video by the end of the night and upload it. Is that too much pressure, or is that good?
You can say it's too much weather. Either the doors open. No, I stick pressure. Sorry? I love pressure. But dinner tonight, I don't know about found. Sometimes, you know, everyone here being really nice to you because they say, hey man, it's your emotions, this and that. And sometimes you just need to give someone a hard shove. If you are willing to, you can say no. But if you're willing to, and you said, you know what, why don't we just take 10 minutes and we'll kill the video, you will do it. All of these people watching, you look at scary lights, that's ridiculously scary. But then if you thought, you know what, I'm going to give in, and I'm willing to be, like in my mind, that 10 minutes that I record, that's, I mean, imagine going home with 20 people watching you and uploading it. I'm not saying you have to do it, but I'm saying that takes another level of courage, and that would, I wish someone did that for me, because I wish someone gave me a hot shot. So I just want to offer that to you if you did want to take. I'm doing.
See. One thing too that one last thing too for you, Jerry, that I actually learned from Mark Dama, specifically when it comes to accountability, was he was always really good at, again, like, this is what I do with my team. He was like, okay, when are you gonna get it done? And then like I would like have it be uncomfortable, and I'd be like, next week. When next week? Thursday. When on Thursday? And like every single time you kept asking, just get thought about, okay, 10 o'clock. Did you put it on your calendar? And I'm like, no. He's like, put it on the calendar. And then I put it on the calendar right then and there, and he's like, pull up the screen, I want to see it on your calendar.
Let's get on the ask me. I think that'll an hour.
But the point right now, that's just one piece though, right? Anybody can do that. The problem is you don't have a negative that happens if you don't do it. And so what he told me was, what happens when you don't do it? Next Thursday comes, 10 o'clock, the video's not posted, then what? And I was like, I'm not sure. He's like, well, let's make it a bad thing if it doesn't get posted. What do you hate doing? I was like, lots of things. He's like, well, what do you like hate doing? Like, there's a couple of things you could do. I have a few options, but like, what do you think you would not like doing? And I was like, well, I hate running. And he's like, cool. So why don't you just say, if you don't post a video next Thursday on 10 o'clock in the morning, and it's not posted, you have to run a mile as fast as you can. And I was like, okay. He's like, and then what happens if you don't do that? You don't run the mile. And I was like, I don't know. What? He's like, I don't know, maybe you send me $500. And I was like, I have to send you $500? He's like, you don't have to, but just an idea. I was like, I definitely wouldn't want to do that. He's like, maybe we should do that. And I was like, okay.
Did you ever send them $500?
No, because I ran the fucking mile.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold